existence, we are aware. Existence. This is on the entire existence. We are part of the existence.
We
We
are
are
part
part
of
of
the
the
existence.
existence.
Yeah. Ant is a part of the existence. Elephant is a part of the existence. Plants are part of the existence. The mountains are part of the existence. The rivers are part of the existence. We are one species amongst millions of species, which is a part of existence.
That
That
all
all
seems
seems
like
like
duality. I
duality. I
don't
don't
understand.
understand.
Like,
Like,
In order to understand our own self, we have to start from somewhere.
yeah,
yeah,
So that is why we are able to see the existence, manifested existence outside. We see the animals, we see the plants, we see the mountains and the rivers, non living species and the living species. And then we see the living species have different forms and the shapes, different abilities and the talents. And out of so many living species, separated from the non living, we are one of the living species. So obviously, we are a part of the existence because we cannot take over the existence the way any living species cannot take over. So we have to start from somewhere.
yeah.
yeah.
Are
Are
we
we
existence
existence
or
or
part of
part of
existence?
existence?
When we start, we have to start from here that we are part of the existence. And as we understand and go deeper to discover ourselves, we find we are the existence.
Okay,
Okay,
But I have to start from somewhere where the mind is.
I
I
understand.
understand.
But if we do not start from where the mind is, then it backfires. So now we have separated ourselves from the non-living species. Now we are a living species. So there are 8.4 million species on the Earth planet, according to Eastern wisdom. According to science, it is hardly 2 or 3 millions. So we are not going there to debate. Now see that how do I compare myself with the mosquito and myself? Maybe I may be a million times bigger in shape and the size than the mosquito, as far as the body is concerned. And the body is the same. What do you mean by body is the same? Shape and the size are different, but body is made up of the same blood, skeleton system, and all the system. But what is the difference? That is how we understand. Our knowledge grows. No, the body of all the living species is made up of the same elements: carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen. That makes carbohydrate, fat, amino acids, etc. etc. When you kill elephant, you don't see the white blood. It is the same red blood. So at the physical properties are the same. See, that's how we understand that where our position, where we stand as a living species in the existence. Why we want to know? Because I want to know myself. Okay. So the body is, yeah, body consists of the same thing, but body has a different shape and the size. Does different shape and the size of a living beings has any impact on the mind? Yes. Has any impact on the mind? Yes. Mosquito's body cannot act the way the tiger body can act. Animal mind. Even though the animal mind follows the same four instinct which is common. Safety or security, food, reproduction, and sleep. Duration of the sleep may be different. Amount, quantity of the food that we eat or the food that we eat may be different. But common four instincts. That is with us, that is with you, that is with all the animals. You see that we are started separating in order to understand.
Yeah.
Another part that is very important to understand, the shape of the body also represents the way the mind is evolving, the way the mind functions in a particular shape of the body. Can you put a bait in the river to catch a fish? Yes. Can you put a bait for the tiger? No. They have a higher capacity. That's why they are known as mammals.
Mhm.
Mind is more evolved than the fish. I jumped. I did not compare others. Now, among the mammals, we are also the mammals. All the mammals have a horizontal spine, we have a vertical spine. See that?
Yeah.
We have a highly developed nervous system as compared to all the mammals. The highly developed nervous system can manifest greater capacities of the mind. Give a break for a while and understand who created human race. Did science create human race? Existence created the human race. Existence created tiger. Existence created mosquito. Existence created elephant. Did science create human race?
No.
No.
But
But
when you
when you
say
say
existence
existence
created
created
it,
it,
like
like
no
no
one
one
knows what
knows what
that
that
means.
means.
At least, if I exist, it means there must be some existence, there must be some creator. So for the sake of understanding, we are starting with the existence. We named it as existence.
Okay.
Okay.
Huh? The steel or the iron creates, you can create car, you can create lot of tools, so at least we should go with the cause.
Okay.
Okay.
And ultimately we will reach to the existence. That what is this existence? You are right. You raised the right question. So now this existence. Now ask the question, does the existence created all the living species out of chance or it has some purpose? Starting from COVID virus to mosquito to elephant to tiger and then ultimately to the human race, we see there is a progressive heightened level of self-awareness. You can find you can find a greater degree of self-awareness in mammals as compared to reptiles. They don't have that level of self-awareness. And when we have a vertical spine with the human frame, we find our level of self awareness is higher. What the existence is pointing this? Existence is pointing that I have to continue the journey. Existence has created me a human being. Now my role is to evolve, raise my consciousness, find the ultimate consciousness, find my real nature. That is the goal of life. We forget the goals of life, then what happens? The means becomes the goal of life. And as long as the means are the goals in life, we are continuously suffering from insecurity, dissatisfaction, unhappiness. Other day I read on Twitter, Elon Musk wrote that if you hear the news I committed suicide, it is false. We are much better than Elon Musk. But my mind falsely deludes me and compare myself with Elon Musk. You see, he's the richest guy. He must be happy. I'm not happy. He is not happy.
Yeah.
So you see that, now this is the one point that we have to raise our level of self awareness. One thing that keep in mind. Second thing, when we see these entire living species from the bottom to the top, the ladder you create, the science has already created a ladder. The lowest species and a little bit higher and higher, their level of self awareness goes on increasing. My level of self awareness is limited by the animal instinct. If I drop that animal instinct, if I live into the highest level of self awareness, that is pure consciousness, that is my real nature, and that is the existence. That is the journey of all meditation. That is the journey of awakening. Now I will take up that question. We use the word creation, but our Eastern wisdom says that this existence manifest. That existence manifested as mountains and rivers. That existence manifested as mosquito, elephant, human race. It's a manifestation. The way the water manifests is the waves. It is not a creation.
So like an illusion?
The way the water manifests is a wave. The wave has a name and the form.
Yeah.
But what is inside the wave? It is water only.
Yeah, it's just another name for water.
Another name of the water. So Nick is another name of the existence.
So therefore I am existence.
That is I'm the existence. That I have to find out, I have to realize, I have to experience from moment to moment. I have to live in it in all my relations, in all my thought, in all my speech, in all my action. That state is known as awakening. That state is known as realization.
But like, okay, so I get that, but like, so what is that? What is that supposed to mean to like me or anybody that works with you and that understands what you just said? Like, so what? I'm existence. Like, why is that? I guess why is that a good thing or a bad thing or like so what?
Buddha said to his disciples, the illusion which was present in my mind has been removed. So I see you all as me, but you do not see the same. You are still in delusion. So when you are asking this question that what it has to do with the world, no, it has nothing to do with the world. I have transformed myself. I live into a awakened state. But what that results to? No insecurity. I am living in a state of fearlessness, no dissatisfaction. I am living in a constant, permanent peace and the joy. So it means to me because I have found myself that I am the existence. But the dad who was standing in front of me did not find it. So he will continue to behave in the same way. But my behavior, because of that realization that I am the existence, my behavior, my attitude, my expression will undergo a tremendous change. What is that tremendous change? I peace in all locations, at all time, in all relations, happiness and the joy in all locations, at all the time, in all relationships. Is my mind seeking, craving for pleasure outside? No. Why? Because it is a self-fulfillment. This is the change that we get. That is why we have to work for awakening and realization of our true nature.
When you say, like, do you see everything as yourself? Like, does that include? It's not just species. Is it like the TV, the chair, the remote? Like, is existence is everything?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you just named it, remote and the TV. What is the difference between that TV remote and this body? Both are matter. Ultimately, they are matter. I say this is my body. Deep inside the skin, it is carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen.
Yeah.
The same remote in the TV is a matter. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen is also a matter. So ultimately, one matter divides into 108 elements. So some elements are here and some elements are there. So what is the difference between remote TV?
Nothing. Is there? But it seems like there's a difference between human beings and all other species because of the way our minds are, or like because we're able to communicate.
Yes, you rightly said human being. Do you say TV being?
No.
You don't say TV being, yes, because it's a category is non-living. So when you say human being, the human part is the body, mind, intellect, ego, thoughts,
Okay.
and the being is the existence.
Okay.
That is why we say it is existence. So we live as a human. Rather, how many people are really human? It's a matter of debate. But we live as a human, we don't live as a being. Being is existence. Being is pure consciousness. Being is the water, and the wave is the human part.
And so the human is what causes us all the problems.
Again, we have an open talk today, so I will answer definitely that question. So what you said?
Like the human part is what causes really all the problems. It's not because if we were just the being part, which would be existence and consciousness, if we were just to live in that part, there would be no problem. But it's the human part where our mind and the fear and the duality that's the problem. Because that it's not me when we're in duality and in fear.
And it is also not human.
Okay, it's
That
not.
is what the Eastern wisdom is talking about.
Yeah.
Do you have a problem with the remote?
No.
Do you have a problem with the TV?
No.
Do you have a problem with the shirt, hoodie that you are wearing on?
No.
Okay. So you see, there is no problem in the matter. There is no problem in the consciousness. Clear?
Yeah.
When this matter comes in contact with the consciousness, the mind is created. Then this mind superimposes its condition on the matter and on the consciousness is the problem.
I see.
Matter has no problem at all. Consciousness has no problem at all. When we say mental consciousness, there is a problem.
Yeah.
Consciousness, no problem. Matter has no problem. So that is why we say we are living in ignorance. This mind creates a delusion, superimposing. What it superimposes? He or she is my honey, and he and she doesn't listen to me. They are listening to the existence. Existence has created them. Why I impose my desire, my inclination, my clinging? Because he or she belongs to me. Oh, really? So if he or she dies, will you die? No, that's different. So you see the superimposition?
Yeah.
So that superimposition is the delusion. And that delusion lives in the mind. That causes the stress, that causes the delusion, that causes the dissatisfaction, that causes the unhappiness. Why I'm unhappy? Because of my honey. Okay. On one hand, there is a honey, and unhappiness. Who perceives that unhappiness? The mind. Who perceives that he or she is a honey? Mind. So we are not able to discover and understand our function of the mind in relationship to the human, in relationship to the consciousness, and this mind keeps on doing, create a havoc, insecurity, duality, conflict, and host of other problems. So pay attention. We started with a, you can say, a binary format, that the existence manifested millions of species, two categories, living and non-living. So we belong to the living, so we have to examine the living species. So when we see these living species, starting from amoeba, unicellular organism, to the highly developed mammals, and ultimately to the human race, we find there is a progressive evolution of the mind in different bodies, and ultimately the human being is the only mammal which has the vertical spine that represents our highly developed nervous system, where we can manifest the mind with the greater capacities. We have created the skyscraper, the tiger cannot.
Yeah.
So it means we have two very powerful instruments like the existence has. So that is why we are almost very near to the existence. What are those two powers? We can learn, we can receive the knowledge, and we can realize that knowledge by action. That knowledge and the action.
Yeah.
You cannot put tiger in a classroom, come on, learn physics. But definitely you can put the human child, children. Knowledge and action. Knowledge and action. Now understand another part. This is why our master says that the rare people become the seeker, and out of 1 million people, one person becomes the seeker. Out of another million seeker, one who follows the path. And out of that 1 million who follows the path, one person succeeds. It needs a commitment, consistency. Why? Why I said this? Why I said this? Knowledge and action. So it means I already have the 4 instincts which the animals have. So my first job as a human being is to regulate these 4 instincts. I must understand the security in terms of the material world and also the security inside. So I should get rid of the insecurity inside. Second is the food. So I should not eat food for pleasure. Eat to live or live to eat. So that will control my mind, regulate my mind. 2 things. Then third is sex is for reproduction, but now the sex is only for pleasure.
Is that a problem?
There is no problem if I get obsession with the sex.
Obsession.
No, where is the problem? But it will superimpose the permanent happiness that is present in me. Because my mind is constantly looking the pleasure outside. So it will never find that happiness inside.
So do you think that while someone's seeking on this journey, they should abstain from sex?
You're on a wrong track.
Okay.
I have already made it clear that whatever the work we do, we should have a limited pleasure. It should not go unlimited. That is why we have a religion of do's and don'ts.
Okay.
The moment you have unlimited, the mind will be obsessed. Whether it is an obsession with the food, or obsession with the sex, or obsession with anything, obsession with a car. You know, who was saying that? You know, who was telling me this? Angelina Jolie has 40 cars.
I don't know.
I don't know. So the question is, this is an obsession. So I'm looking for peace and happiness outside. My mind will forget that peace and happiness are inside.
Yes.
So it is because of that, with that understanding, you are going for all the activities, there is no problem. Now again, I made a statement that may be taken as negative or that may be taken as positive. So one of my students learned for 3 years, he progressed so fast, and I said at least my life is successful. So after 3 years, he divorced. He is paying almost more than $15,000 to $20,000 as alimony to his wife with the 2 daughters. He's living in frustration. And he said, you told me that I can enjoy anything and everything. So every day he wakes up in the morning, he has 2 beers. In the afternoon, 3 beers. In the evening, he has 4 beers. He said, I'm enjoying my life. I said, okay. So don't take this, when I say you can do anything.
No, I know.
Anything means consciously, not like an animal being. Even the animals do not fall into an obsession. The tiger eats full belly and then he says, no, let me store whatever the flesh is left. And they don't get obsessed. Only when they become hungry after 3 days, then they eat. And we are looking for pleasure all the time. My honey told me, no, we'll go to Old Chicago Pizza. I said, okay. Do you like? Yes, I like very much. I said, okay. So I thought that, okay, she loves pizza. Whether she loves me or not, it's a different thing. But I didn't say that. And I said, okay, we'll go there. That liking in the mind comes by default, without thinking. I take you to the store and I say, what do you like? Oh no, I like this color, I like that. But if I ask you why you like that, you have no reason. Why I like red color, why one likes yellow color, why one likes coffee, why the second one likes tea. No reason. We give invalid, illogical reasons.
Yeah.
That is animal mind.
Mm-hmm.
Because at least I become conscious what I like and dislike. Tiger has only one thing. It has not a question of like and dislike. Tiger doesn't eat grass. So there's no question of like and dislike. I eat only flesh. Finished. Cows only eat grass. It's not a question of likes and dislikes. So we are misusing our self-awareness with the likes and dislikes. See that?
Yeah.
And now look at the journey of the mind. What existence says, you are a self-conscious being, you are a self-awareness being. Why don't you find me? Why don't you realize that you are the existence? No. I don't have time. I have many liking and disliking. So now see what happens to them in the mind. It's a beautiful, from the Upanishad. It's a summary of the Upanishads from the Gita. It has almost 8 or 9 verses, but I'm summarizing in a different way that will help you to understand. So likes and dislikes. We have a constant likes and dislikes. You can say that this mind is bombarded unconsciously, habitually, impulsively by likes and dislikes. Some of which we are aware and some of which we are not aware. So what happens with the likes and dislikes? So when I keep on thinking about the likes and dislikes, keep on thinking. So in thinking, I create an attachment and detachment. With something I am attached, with someone I am detached. My mom is better than dad, I will talk to the mom, mom will convey the message. So there is always a sense of attachment and detachment coming from the likes and dislikes. So I'm constantly thinking in my mind. I should think about my real self. Instead, I'm thinking constantly of attachment and detachment based on the likes and dislikes. That's why I like this pizza, I don't like that. I like this shirt, I don't like this. My mind is overwhelmed with these kind of the thoughts at the subconscious level, and I want peace in my life.
Yeah.
How it is possible to have a peace in your life?
I don't know.
But the journey does not stop there. Always remember this. The moment, whenever you have a stress, anxiety, duality, fear, conflict, delusion, this you remember the entire chain. So first the likes and dislikes, then I thinking of attachment and detachment. This mind with a constant thinking of attachment and detachment results into desire for something in the world for the sake of happiness. I'm thinking constantly of likes and dislikes. So when I'm thinking of constantly of likes and dislikes, that thought of likes and dislikes mixed with the emotion causes the attachment and detachment. And attachment and detachment causes the desire. Third part, likes, dislikes, thinking. Second, and reflect on attachment and detachment. And attachment and detachment causes the desire. What is that desire? Desire means I am incomplete. Hence, I need something from outside to become complete. That is the desire. But you have to separate. I am hungry, I eat food, it does not cause any problem. I feel cold, I take on the shirt, finished. It is not causing any problem. That desire is the basic needs, what the body demands, what the body needs. What I am saying, the desire, first part, think, I am incomplete in myself. Because of the attachment and detachment, I am incomplete in myself. Then my mind says, desire this particular object, this person to feel complete. Whether it's a car, whether it's a boy, or whether it's a girl, whether it's a cloth, any damn thing. But in that process, I forget any object in the world does not contain peace and happiness. That is the delusion. So my mind deludes me, my mind cheats me, and I blame others. No, but I'm not going there. Follow the sequence. Likes and dislikes. Whatever I like, whatever I dislike, that is how the mind thinks. So that thinking triggers the mind with emotion, causes the attachment and desire, detachment. And these two causes the desire. Desire fulfilled, I get a pleasure. Simple. So I fulfill the desire second time, it gives me more pleasure, repeat pleasure. And I have been repeating that pleasure in terms of the food, in terms of the sex, in terms of the money, in terms of the objects of the world. The repeat pleasure is greed. Now the greed has colored my mind. This is the way you have to be happy. Because it has created such a deep impression in the mind, it does not want to leave. Because my mind is now obsessed, overwhelmed, that I listen to you, I care you, I love you, but one thing is clear, peace and happiness is outside because of the repeat pleasure. And that repeat pleasure is nothing, results into delusion. That peace and happiness is outside. This is delusion. That is why the mind is constantly thinking. That is why the mind has unlimited desires. Now what happens? We enter into another level of delusion which is very hard to erase from the mind. Pride. What is pride? I have a luxury car. My neighbor doesn't have it. I'm smarter than him. There are millions of these thoughts at the subconscious level constantly at work, who repeats the pleasure, falls into the delusion, results into the pride. And that pride causes a division. What is that division? You are different from me. I'm I'm Elon Musk. You are only Nick. Look at it. So you see, look at the series. Now I am falling down, falling down, falling down. And I live with that such a low awareness, which the world claims it is the highest awareness. So mind says follow the mob. Why you listen to this beer guy? Look at the mob. What they are doing. So I enter into the illusion. Buddha says this is the word sansara. Sansara, he says, is the delusion, is the illusion. So it started from unconscious likes and dislikes, and then thinking, attachment and detachment, then we have a desire, then we have a greed. Repeat pleasure is greed. Then we have a delusion, pride, and pride is the reality. My mind cannot think of the peace because I have to earn little more to maintain that status. I was listening to the CNN that Elon Musk, Elon Musk assets are he may no longer be the richest person. He is more worried about that. He is more worried about that. Then there is another delusion which causes lot of challenges. I gave you the path of the desire fulfilled. Desire fulfilled, repeat pleasure is the greed, and repeat pleasure gives me a picture of reality. Fact is that is a delusion. I possess 50 cars, but I can drive only one car. It's a delusion. And delusion, because of the delusion, somewhere in the mind, we create a sense of ego. I have achieved, I'm a self-made man. Really? You're a self-made man? Really? Who gave you the body? You're a self-made man. Who gave you the body? Who gave you the life? Did you create your life? First you create your life, you create your own body, then I will say that you are a self-made man. So we live in a greater delusion. Now see, this is the journey of so-called the material success and so-called the material prosperity, etc., etc., etc. Now see, if the desire is not fulfilled, what happens? First time desire is not fulfilled, I am upset. You already told me that your friend cheated you. So why you said cheated you? Because you had some desire to be fulfilled, working with him in this manner will result into this, which was not done. Desire not fulfilled.
Uh,
So anxiety, frustration. No, let me do another business. Again, I am failed. Desire is not full. No, I don't fail, but my desire is not fulfilled. Can I say my delusion is not realized? So when the delusion is not realized, frustration. Repeat frustration with reference to the word is insecurity and fear. Otherwise, there is no fear. Are you scared before sleeping? You fall into sleep, all the fears, and there is no fear. No fear at all.
So
so
it's the
it's the
mind.
mind.
It's a mind. That's what we are talking.
I
I
know.
know,
It's
it's
crazy.
crazy.
So, desire not fulfilled. If it is repeatedly not fulfilled, I have a sense of guilt, I have a sense of inferiority, I have a sense of fear, failure, frustration, all they mix up, create a sense of insecurity, dissatisfaction, a sense of unhappiness and irritation. The last part I'm coming, it is the most important. But we come to that realization by a constant contemplation and reflection. It will not come just if I pass on the information. Tell me where the delusion, pride, jealousy, or greed has come. What is the source? The source is the desire. Desire has two elements. I feel incomplete in myself. I will be complete with you, with money, with this and so it has a two prong. One part of the mind lives, I'm incomplete. If I have $1 million, I'll be happy. So it has a two prong approach. Now, what our masters have realized and revealed, and they ask us to contemplate and reflect this desire. This desire is greed. This desire is delusion. This desire is pride. This desire is jealousy. This desire is failure. This desire is frustration. This desire is insecurity. This desire is anger. Focus on this and explore this. Because the root cause is the desire. I only fight with you if because of the desire is not fulfilled. I love you because the desire is fulfilled. There is no other reason. I have a fear because of the desire. I have the anger because of the desire. You might have seen in the Google also anger management. You can never manage your anger. As long as you have this desire supported by the likes and dislikes and attachment and detachment. We don't talk about how to manage your anger. We talk about the root cause. You manage your desire. Let me see where the anger is, where the anxiety is, where the duality is. The entire modern psychology has created 3,000 abnormal conditions of the mind without understanding the root cause. Desire, you are frustrated, desire. You are scared, desire. You have a sense of failure, desire. You have a sense of jealousy, desire. Your mind says someone cheated you, desire. I did not get that kind of a pleasure, desire. So Master says, focus there, contemplate and reflect. What desire prompted your mind to have an experience of fear, failure, and frustration? Find out. Drop this. Be happy. So ultimately, the entire, the seed is the desire, and then it grows into the sapling, it becomes a tree, and you say that I'm living under the shade of a tree, and you are trying to dislodge me from that desire. What is that desire? That desire, I feel a sense of incompleteness. The world outside will make me complete. That desire. It means I am seeking peace, happiness, love, truth, and wisdom from the world outside, which is also a manifestation of the same existence. Now I am hungry. That is also a desire. Eat the food. It doesn't cause you any problem. You are feeling cold. Have the clothes, warm clothes. It doesn't give you any problem. What problem comes? I'm hungry, but I want only pizza. That causes the problem. Because I am seeing the pleasure in the pizza. But hunger means I lack energy, I want energy.
Yeah.
So, Master says, when I contemplate and reflect, mind becomes clear. That mind remains calm all the time. When you have understood this, still the likes and dislikes will come, but your mind is so quick to understand it. You say, mind, calm down. Oh, mind, be at peace. This will also pass. There is no reason this mind to wander. Reason is the desire.
Yeah.
So we don't go to the root cause. We say how to control that desire. How many cars you want? 5. Are you working on it? Yes. Daily working. And so I'm constantly thinking on it. And you want me to control your mind? Not possible. Desire is anger, desire is failure, desire is frustration, desire is greed, desire is delusion, desire is pride, desire is duality, desire is conflict, desire is problem, desire is the solution.
Desire is all that.
But when we understand in this chain reaction from the likes and dislikes, constant thinking, attachment and detachment, that causes the desire.
Yeah.
Fulfilled, it results into greed, greed results into delusion, delusion to the pride, pride to the jealousy and a hatred against. Jealousy and hatred means that you are different from me. You are not worth the way I am.
Yeah.
That is jealousy, that is hatred. That is in root cause is the duality. I have already divided. Existence does not tell me that I should hate you. And on the other side, so you see that you have fulfilled all the desires. You have become rich, you have greedy, and everything is there. Ultimate result is still the frustration. Jealousy, hatred is all results into fear and frustration. And that you feel in the very beginning. Desire not fulfilled, fear, failure, frustration, inferiority, complex, and etc. etc. You feel. That is why we say the problem is an opportunity for you. Whenever you feel the problem, recognize it consciously and take the problem as an opportunity. Get rid of that desire, the sense of incompleteness. Start living your life in peace and happiness. That you can realize much earlier than a person who succeeded in the material world reached to the level of pride and the jealousy.
Yeah.
Can you say, Elon Musk, come on, find the real self? I already know. I know who am I.
Ignorance.
So that is the entire beautiful journey of the Eastern wisdom, my friend.